This girl came to save the day today because I had 2 dogs that did not show up. 2 dogs from the same house, which is very strange because they've been coming here for many years and they've never done that before. So she was on the waiting list. I don't have any openings for 3 months, and they came really quick, so that's good. Now, she's an older dog. I can't remember exactly. I think she's like 15 or 16. And since she's so thick, and it's easier on her just to shave all this off because she doesn't like the blow dryer, and she's not. If I try to wash this, it's never going to dry. And it has to be completely dry. Oh, it's all matted in here. Never mind. It has to be completely dry before I cut it. So we're just going to take it all off because it's easier. It's easier on everybody. And this is going to be a number 7 blade all over. The weather's getting warm out, so her mother said, go ahead and take it short. And I was like, yes. It's just easier. It's faster. A lot of times with older dogs, you just need to groom them as fast as possible just to get them done before they freak out. Because like a lot of dogs, you can't even blow dry them anymore. They don't tolerate the blow dryer. It's like they're getting senile or confused, so. When they're older, you gotta just cut them according to their age. It's not too matted, but it's starting to get all matted in here. It's really thick. Let me go ahead and try to get this hair off this side. It is pretty matted all in here. I didn't realize, so it would have to be short anyway. This is just a real quick pre-bath shave down. It's not the real haircut, just to remove the hair so her skin gets clean and she dries fast. In case you're wondering how long it's been since her last cut, this is about 4 months worth of growth. They always make their appointments when they're here, but they had somebody pick up the dog for them, so nobody ever made their appointment. So by the time they realized they didn't have an appointment made, there weren't any openings. So she's a little overdue. Yeah, it's all matted in here. Okay, we're pretty much done. I got a bunch of hair trimmed away from her face, and that's as good as that's going to get for now. I want to really get that clean before I trim up any more. So we're going to go get in the bathtub. Double trouble is here. My Basset Hound puppies are hanging out while I wash her. They are 3 months old and they are bad. They are getting into everything, trying to find a way to bust through the fence, eating each other's faces, doing what puppies do. Okay, back to work. And go ahead and get started with her bath. Just letting the water get warmed up real quick. I'm going to load her up with shampoo. She's lost some weight. She feels like she's skinnier. Sure, and get her face nice and clean. I'm going to go ahead and use this human head lice comb. You can also use a flea comb. But while her face is wet and has some shampoo on it, I'm going to pull out the little eye crusties. Just loosen all this stuff up. Doesn't like her face messed with. Her eyes probably hurt. That's what I would think. And her nails are very long, but I will be cutting them soon. Nail trims come with their grooming. So all the dogs I groom get shampoo and conditioner, so I'm going to go ahead and put conditioner on her also. Come here. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. She's almost dry. I'm just going to finish blow drying her feet real quick. So she's blind and deaf, and she keeps trying to step off the side of the table. So I'm going to go ahead and hook her up with this. It's a little attachment. It attaches to the pole. So that way she will be attached from up top, and she'll also be attached to this bar right here. See? It just It hooks this way. That way she can't spin in circles. She's making me nervous because she can't see what she's doing and she just keeps moving around. So we're going to go ahead and, I don't know if you can see. Hold on. See? It just attaches to that pole. It's not even tight. It's loose, but it keeps her in place. So I'm going to get started, finish shaving her with my 7-blade. Got a really big lump here. I don't know if you can see this growth. So I gotta be careful shaving around this. I'm shaving out the pads of her feet with a 30 blade. Her ankle is really red back here. Look, she's got like a lump. It's a red lump. I don't know what that is. Maybe she's been chewing on that spot because she does have allergies. Maybe it's some sort of tumor, I'm not sure. But it's right here. It's really red. The owners might not even know that it's there. And with all that hair covering it up, they might not. This foot here has a big mat in it. And she does not want it touched. And that's why she has that attachment on that pole to keep her head from spinning around. Or she would really be able to spin in circles to try to make me stop. But there's the mat. I'm going to go ahead and brush her tail out. I'm already going to assume it has mats in it because they all get mats in their tails when they sit on them. And they all sit on them. So I'm going to go ahead and take my thinning shears and just thin this out. Yeah, it's pretty matted in here. Actually, it's real matted in here. So I'm going to use my scissors to cut this out. I do have a sign in the front of my groom shop that says I do not brush out mats. I cut them all out. People know that I don't brush out mats. I try to make grooming as pain-free as possible. I mean, it's not always pain-free. I mean, the dogs are moving around. They have mats, you know, they're jumping around. I mean, it's not always pain-free. But I avoid it if I can. Like right here, I'm just thinning this all out so I don't have to brush it. Well, of course I have to brush it. I mean, I don't have to brush it out. Brush the mats out. It's hard to talk when you're grooming. Like, it's really difficult. See? It's just thinning it out. You'll never tell that, they'll never know unless, blah, blah. Unless you're a groomer, you'll never be able to tell that I thin this out. Now, so she's a Lhasa, and Lhasas have a kink in their tail, like a little curl at the end that they're known for. And she has that. I don't know if you can see. It's very curled at the end. Her not the hair, the tail itself is like a hook. It curls back around. So it's hard to brush this part right here. But her tail's always curled anyway, so you can't really tell if it's even or not. And look, see how I don't know if you can tell, she's really pulling it away. She does not want me to do this. See how her tail is going up? All dogs can be really difficult. They do not like being groomed. I mean, and if they let you, it's rare, but you can expect most old dogs to to be wiggly for their haircut. See, she's just pulling it and pulling it, so I'm just not letting go. And I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna take it kind of short. Take about half this off. Because you gotta think, most people do not brush their dog, and if they do, they don't brush it correctly. So unless they say something, I always go on the shorter side just to prevent it from getting matted. Like, there's no way that they're going to brush this dog's tail because she doesn't like it. So, just enough to make it pretty and fluffy, but not too long. It's not even, but you can't tell because she's not going to let me cut it. We do not want to upset old dogs because they can really freak out. So I'm done with her tail. That's good enough. And I'm going to get my tin blade and shave out her belly and her private area so it stays clean when she goes to the bathroom. Yeah, she doesn't like this either. Excuse me. She's being really wiggly for her feet, and they're not going to be perfect. The main thing is, we just got to get them done. We do not have to worry about being perfect. Of course, now that I turned the camera on, she stopped moving. But she has been fighting this whole time for that back foot. Maybe it's her back feet that are the problem, not the front. She's been a lot better for the front foot, but we shall see when I try to do her other back foot. I'm going to go ahead and cut her nails, and if she does not let me do her other back foot, I'm going to have to get out my grooming hammock, which I hate to get out because it's just going to take more time, and I don't have time, but I'm going to see if it helps. I've only used it one other time, and it's more of a hassle to get it out and put the dog in it. By that time, I can just groom the dog the hard way and be done a lot faster. I'm just checking for dew claw. She has a dew claw right here. Okay. See, it was all matted in here. I don't know if you can tell. So this part right here is a lot shorter because I had to shave that with a 10 blade. The rest of her body is a 7 blade. It's a little bit longer. Yeah, she's been a lot better for her front feet. All right. Yep. Another thing you got to worry about when dogs are older, their skin is looser. It's a whole lot easier to cut their skin when they're older because you can really catch the folds of the skin and the clipper and the blade. Something you find out the hard way when you learn how to groom. They never told me that in grooming school, that old dogs' skin cuts very easy. It's so thin, and it's just easy to take a big slice out. That's why a lot of times I just take little strokes, real quick little strokes, instead of taking one long stroke, because if you catch the skin, you're gonna rip it. Just pulling her skin tight right here. See if I can get this foot trimmed up. I'm going to try not to lift her foot. I'm gonna lift this one, so she'll have to put the back one down. If they have arthritis or something like that, they might not want just like one foot touched or one side touched, and they'll be fine for the rest. Plus her nails are long. That probably doesn't feel too good walking on that. Let's see what she does. Her breath is really bad. I mean, there's nothing you can really do if they don't want their legs touched, except for just hold on and keep trying. Just sometimes if you just hold on and wait, they'll get tired of fighting, if you're lucky. I'm trying to trim up between her toes. Got to figure this out. She's got mats between her toes back here. She is deaf, so don't tell me to talk to her because it won't work. All right, that foot is not going to be perfect. I'm just going to cut her nails and be done with it. You can tell she's walking funny on this foot. These two nails are really short. She's wearing them down the way she's walking, and then this one is really long here. So she's walking weird. I'm going to turn it around. I've been grooming 30 years and I've never been bit. That's pretty good. That's good luck, really. All right, I'll try to scissor between here real quick. She's got mats between her toes. There we go. That's good enough. All right. She wasn't too bad for trimming that front foot. It was just this back one was the worst one. I mean, she's wiggly for all of them, but not too bad. So I'm going to go ahead and finish cutting her nails. And I'm working my way around to her head. Her body is pretty much done. Unless I see any hairs out of place, I'll go back and snip them off. The last time I did her, she was very bad for her face. Her last grooming. Makes me nervous because I don't want to poke her in the eye. So hopefully today she'll do better. She wasn't too bad before her bath, but that was before her bath. All right. I'm going to go ahead and take this off because we don't need this anymore. And I'm going to take this off because I'm going to finish shaving her head and neck. Remember, she has that little lump here in case you're seeing a little bump. Just shave around it. Shaving the inside of her ears with a 30 blade so I can see what I'm doing when I clean them out. Get all this hair out of my way. Brushing all her hair down to the side. I'm going to take my curved scissors and trim up around her ear. Okay, so I'm working my way around to her eyes. This is the part that makes me nervous. We shall see how she does. I'm going to comb it all down. I'm using her little skin fold under here to hold her. Just going to pull it all forward, go in with my 30 blade, and lightly scoop out the bulk of the hair without scraping her skin. Then I'm going to go back with my scissors and trim out the rest. She's being pretty good, actually, even though she's sticking her tongue out at me. You gotta expect too, a lot of dogs, old dogs, have teeth problems. And they're in pain and you don't know, and they don't want their face touched because it hurts. Go ahead and comb all her eye hair forward and come in with my slightly curved scissors and trim across the front. We'll come underneath and snip all this off. Her eye is really red. It's all red under there. Okay. How do I get this tongue out of my way? I mean, maybe if I poke it, will it go in? It did go in. As long as it doesn't come back out. Wow, that worked. She is ready to go. I'm gonna go ahead and get a baby wipe and wipe her down with some conditioning spray. So that tongue is making me really nervous. So her face isn't perfect, but it's good enough. We just want the hair away from her eyes and away from her mouth, just so she's clean. And she is clean. I'm gonna get some water and wipe off her face and her eyes. Make sure there's no loose hairs making her itchy on her face. And you know what I think I'm going to do? I'm going to go ahead and trim all her nails if she'll let me, because I'm afraid, because I know she has allergies, that she's going to go home and scratch herself to death. She's done. All of her nails are dremelled. Her ears are clean. Her eyes are nice and clean and trimmed out. And I'm just going to go ahead and dress her up. I make bandanas and scarves, and I don't even know what this is called. A ruffle scarf for all the dogs that are groomed here. And this just ties on, and it's super cute. Tell everybody thanks for watching. So she still has a little fluffy tail. And that is it.